Yeah.
Anybody in the MCU is good in my book. And with the MCU casting, it's fair to say we're one of the better ones if they put you in there, especially if you want to like the main.
Except Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie is weak. He's just weak.
Stop it, Papa Doc. You tripping?
He really does like not. He doesn't carry his facial expression doesn't barely change when he's doing his. I think if he were to typecast and stop trying to play other roles, like if he were to just be a bad guy character, he'd be good. He's good at bad guys, but besides that, he's not. He does the roles he takes on. Like I didn't like him as Falcon. Falcon's one of my least favorite characters.
Yeah, I would say the same as well. But like, what do we look at the cast we're talking about? Like, look at the people playing and even just how they glorify specific superheroes, and in the Avengers, some motherfuckers they don't even got a movie. Like he don't even got a movie, so of course he's not gonna be one of your favorite. Like nobody's gonna be in your top 5 if that didn't have a movie.
I like Bruce Banner.
Your top 5 Avengers and they didn't have a movie.
Into a movie.
Yeah,
I like Bruce Banner. I think he's good, but I don't think he's good at. Maybe that's why
he ain't in your top
movie.
5.
He's not in my top 5 in the Marvel universe even.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying in the Marvel universe. Nobody is in your top 5 that didn't have their own movie.
No, Don Cheadle's probably in my top 5.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Don Cheadle's a crazy good actor.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's a crazy good actor. Did you guys see him in ER?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm talking about what they did in the Marvel universe, not outside of
comparing
it.
Him against
they're not going to be one of your favorite. Like Angela Bassett's on my top 3, but I'm not going to say she's one of my favorite in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, right.
It's a meaningless small role,
Right.
But she is one of my favorite actors. Just
War
period.
Machine.
But
I do get pretty excited.
In the Marvel universe, he's minor.
Yeah, no, I'm saying generally acting ability. I think acting ability Don Cheadle carries his role better than pretty much everybody. He's a crazy good actor.
Well, they all do. That's what the original point was, that everybody brought into the
MCU
but you knows what they're doing.
But they said that if the person didn't have a movie, you probably wouldn't put them in your top list. But
I'm talking about of the Marvel universe. Yes.
Yeah.
Of the Marvel universe and what they did in the Marvel universe. Of course, Don Cheadle did a lot more, but if you're only talking about what they did in the Marvel universe, you're not going to have Don Cheadle as War Machine in your top 5 Marvel universe roles.
Right. The only way that would actually be potential of happening. Like, I'm not going to lie. Black Panther was one of my favorite in the MCU before Black Panther ever did anything, because it was one of my favorite comics as a kid. So obviously, if Black Panther ended up a minor character as opposed to a main character, he still would have been my favorite. But that's pretty rare circumstances. Like that's the only way that's going to happen. Like Dazzler, for example, Dazzler's my favorite MCU character ever. So if they decided to bring Dazzler into the MCU and it was played by somebody I thought deserved to play Dazzler, like Stephanie or what we call Lady Gaga or Chloe Grace, or if somebody who played Dazzler who was properly casted, then yeah, they'd be my fucking favorite. I'd be getting T-shirts and shit. I wouldn't care if they were in there 5 minutes and then get killed.
What if it was played by Denzel Washington?
Dazzler played by Denzel Washington as a blonde disco singing girl? Oh, okay.
I had to slip one of those in there. I'm sorry.
If Denzel pulled off Dazzler, a Caucasian girl, then fuck yeah, he would be my favorite.
I would
give him all his flowers if he could pull off
white face. We about to have Denzel do white face.
That would definitely be transformative.
No,
Kai, what'd you say after that?
Well, I was just saying I gotta find pictures of this girl I know who cosplays Dazzler.
Nice. Well, send them over. I get really excited when I see Dazzler or anything.
I say make Doja Cat as Dazzler.
Doja Cat is anything. She's my favorite actress. I'm sorry. No, I'm just
that would be kind of dope. I'd like to see Gaga do it after what she did in American Horror Story. And obviously with Dazzler being a disco singer and shit like that, and Gaga being Gaga, like I think that would just work on so many levels.
What she did in A Star Is Born too. She was pretty incredible.
Right. Yeah, and then I also just dig Gaga, so it'd be similar as Black Panther, where it's like not only is it one of my favorite characters, but now they've casted one of my favorite people as them, because that's how it was when Chadwick Boseman got passed. I was like nerding out. I was like, this couldn't be more perfect. I'm like, holy shit, they gave it to Chadwick Boseman. So that's how I'd feel if it was Gaga for Dazzler, you know what I mean? I'd be like, this is so goddamn perfect. Like,
fire.
I think we're getting Black Widow's movie later than we were supposed to.
Wasn't that one delayed even before the pandemic? That one was always being delayed.
I thought they were saying it was coming out this year. You think Spider-Man's dead? You think they're gonna kill it this next movie?
No, they finally got the rights to it. I think they'll keep it for a minute.
It's Sony. Sony's doing it now, right? And it's just Marvel's name on it.
No, I think Marvel still has reins on it. I think he's still allowed in. I think they're joint. It's a joint venture, but I think the directors are Marvel directors and stuff.
No, it was a joint, but now it is Marvel's. Like now it's not Sony's at all anymore. Like the deal's all the way done. Like I think
Oh,
Sony still has like another Venom, but Sony's done with the Spider-Man now. So yeah, it's like I think what they're gonna do is similar to what they did with the Into the Spider-Verse, because there's all these rumors that they're getting like all these former Spider-Mans and shit. So they're gonna do Into the Spider-Verse, and they're gonna kill off some of them, but they're not gonna kill the Tom Holland, the main Spider-Man. No, not anytime
No,
soon.
but he means is the movie going to be so whack it's going to finish off the Spider-Man brand?
I don't think so. None of the Marvel movies are that big of a miss in the MCU. All their bad movies are, the Fox ones or the Sony ones. Like, there's not any huge misses in the MCU, and they've done a lot of 23 films now. So I don't see any reason why they would swing and miss on Spider-Man. No, I don't think it would ruin the Spider-Man for the MCU or anything.
I feel like Marvel tried to fuck up Spider-Man as because they were supposed to give it back after this last Spider-Man movie.
That's true. There was like a back and forth.
They wrote a part at the end of the latest Spider-Man where Mysterio like reveals his secret identity and shit. I was like, damn, what's Sony supposed to do with that?
Right.
What we supposed to do with this shit? Y'all, they know who Peter Parker is now. Like, what the fuck? So I'm wondering how they're gonna fix that.
That is funny. Yeah, and now that's stupid. Now that they got the rights to it, they shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
There was already a scene where Jameson was there and it was the same actor. I forgot his name. He's decent too.
Well, then maybe Tom Holland is done, and that's why they're bringing all these other people in so they can do the Spider-Verse shit, and then the most popular one will just come into their dimension.
Right. It'll be Miles. Miles will take over.
Yeah.
Well, Miles is already in the same dimension, but yeah, they should just do that. Have Miles, but yeah, because the other white Spider-Mans are on different Earths. Like, you know how Marvel has like the 616 Earth, and then they have like the 3 whatever. They have all different Earths, which are all the different Spider-Mans that Miles comes across and Into the Spider-Verse. Miles and Peter Parker are in the same Earth. So yeah, Miles probably would just take the role of Spider-Man in that Earth, but the Tobey Maguire and all those, they're going to write them like they're in the different Earths. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield or whatever the hell his name was. Same with all the different girlfriends like Kirsten Dunst and all those different.
As long as they get the new Venom in it.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Miles though, or who would be Miles in the live action?
Shit, whoever played him in the video game. I liked his character in the video game.
I heard that game
I haven't
was
seen the
pretty
video
good.
game, but I saw the animated movie, which is off the chain.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, that was actually really good. I need to watch that again. But yeah, I don't know who would play because that's not who Donald was it?
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say if he would have said his name was Miles, then they could have just brought him back in, but
No.
he was somebody different.
Monroe played him in Into the Spider-Verse, and I think if he like cleans up his facial hair, he could play someone young. He plays teenagers a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say who does the voice actor? Yeah, because that would be the logical pick if he could pull off the look and he looked like you said could look young. Because Miles would have to be young in comparison.
Hey, you know who they should get to do Miles? They should get I think his real name is Miles too.
Miles Killers. No.
He plays one of the twins. He plays one of the twins in Blackish.
Honestly, I was gonna say they should get that kid. I didn't want to keep showing my bias for Blackish, but I was like, honestly, they should get Jack. Yeah, they should get the kid who plays Jack. Absolutely.
I think his real name is Miles in real life too.
Okay, absolutely. Like he's athletic, like he has the young look. He's small, like Miles is in the comic. Like, oh my god, he would be dope as Miles. Yeah. Yeah, he would be fire, and I think he could do a lot of his own stunts, just like Tom, because he's an athletic kid, and he can like dance, and you know what I mean.
That'll be fire. Yeah, we need that.
He'd be really dope.
Someone who's real fire
in real life, but he could definitely fit the age of Miles.
Someone who's real fire is the Human Torch. Okay, I'll stop. So
I'm wondering who's gonna play him though, because they're bringing Fantastic Four, and like I don't know who they'll cast as Johnny Storm, Human Torch.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Someone kind of new and unknown to play Human Torch.
I think they'll do the multiverse thing. What would be a dream casting?
New, yeah.
Because do you guys think that Emily Blunt and John Krasinski will actually get that role and will be good in it?
No.
I could see him as Mr. Fantastic. I thought you meant Johnny Storm. I was like, no, I could not picture Jim as Johnny Storm. It has to be like a cocky, like Kai was saying, it'd be smart to get like some up and comer that they can like blow him up. Also, Johnny Storm is the blood sibling of Sue Storm, so whoever you cast as Johnny, you have to be able to make it look realistic as siblings, because when the MCU does it, they're gonna make them look like siblings. They're not gonna do some dumb shit there like other ones have done. You know what I mean?
But no, what do you guys think about that? The kid from Kingsman
as Human Torch?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't think so. Honestly, it needs to be like a Zac Efron type.
Yeah. I don't know how Taron Egerton's American accent would be. I'm more concerned about who's gonna play Doctor Doom. That's what I'm worried about.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be badass. Do you
that
think
would be weird if they did him a third time?
Four? They have to, right? Put him in the first Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I say they should just make Josh Brolin like their Eddie Murphy, and they should just have Josh Brolin also do Doom, because that would be fire.
Josh Brolin
killed
Thanos.
Right. Just have him as Thanos, Cable, and Doom. Like, who cares?
Thanos is dead.
While I was talking shit about not having anybody in the MCU in your top 5 that didn't have their own movie, Thanos.
Oh, Thanos might be in your top.
I wouldn't put him in my top 5, but he definitely, bro. He killed that. I like how completely like disconnected Thanos was from like everything. I like how they kept it like super disconnected from shit. Like when he came back to Titan on the first one, which I think was called Infinity Wars. When he came back to Titan and he just saw Doctor Strange there, and he asked him if they killed Maul, if they killed Maul, and like that's his right hand man. Like that's his number one soldier. That's his right hand man. And when he realized he was dead, the only thing he had to say was, "This day packs a heavy toll."
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, that's your man's, and that's all you. It's just a heavy day. That's it. Like, oh, this is a bad day, huh?
He killed his daughter.
I thought he was perfect as both, though. Like Cable nor Thanos were my favorites in the comics, but once Josh Brolin did them, they're two of my favorite in the MCU. Like Cable and Thanos are both fucking dope as shit. Like he was great as Cable in that Deadpool 2 also.
Did y'all watch Infinity Wars in theaters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pretty much every movie except Ant-Man and the Wasp.
When was
Infinity Wars, yeah. Endgame I didn't watch in theaters, but Infinity Wars and Black Panther I watched in theaters.
What were y'all mind states at when everybody started disappearing? Like,
I wanted to cry.
Where was y'all at mentally when that shit started happening?
I was like, oh.
I mean, I knew they were coming back, so it didn't.
Yeah, you do, but it just went off, and it was like, all right, next year. Damn.
Oh, but I
was like in a weird state of disarray because you don't know where they're gonna go with it, and it's just it sucks when any character's gone, and then it's just like tons of them all at once. Yeah,
I'll give Marvel super props on. They obviously funneled a lot of money into all of the actors that they have that have their own movies in the series, to be in one fucking film together, like all of them in one film together, and then they masterfully tied in a real event in the comic books to snap their fingers and take away half of these fucking actors and go back to damn near the original Avengers cast, so we can release this final movie with not as much budget for the fucking cast. Because people, like all of the people that disappeared, bro, they half of them didn't even speak in Endgame, or didn't have more than one line in Endgame. I don't even think.
They just briefly appear.
Yeah, I don't think Chadwick Boseman had a line in Endgame. There's still a bunch of people who didn't really have lines in Endgame. They were there at the end, but yeah, they cut a lot of actors out of that last movie.
That was Oh, the thing that threw me off was at his funeral scene. That kid, I didn't know who that was for the longest time, and like I looked it up, and they said it's the
it's the Iron Man 3.
Yeah, that helped him build it and stuff. Yeah.
All I know is that when Marvel dropped, or when Disney dropped all that Marvel, all the shit that's coming out, they had I Am Groot on there, And I don't know if you know Groot's storyline from the comics, but he's literally just from a planet of a whole bunch of fucking Groots. So I'm really excited for the I Am Groot movie. I think it's gonna be off the chain.
It's gonna be like an action film of Minions or some shit, like an action version. Of
Right.
Minions.
It's gonna be hilarious because they're just gonna be these tree creatures, and it'll just be them all in different voices saying "I am Groot." Because it's kind of how Minions is. Like they don't have language; they just have to do all physical humor and action shit. Yeah.
Oh, Vin Diesel had the easiest role in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped for that. Like, I think I Am Groot's gonna be off the chain. I hope we get to see Groot like with his family, you know, with his race of tree people on his planet before he comes, and because they just find him, the Guardians of the Galaxy, they just come across him, and Raccoon like saves him from his planet as his planet's exploding.
I was gonna say, are they gonna cover how him and Rocket?
I would hope so.
Close?
Yeah, they fucking should. Because basically his planet's destroyed. Like, I don't remember if it was Thanos or Galactus or I don't remember who did, but his planet's destroyed. So Groot's like the last of his kind, but there was a whole planet of them.
So is he Vegeta or Goku? Like, was he the prince or was he just like...
I'm not sure. I think he might have just been a regular, but for whatever reason, Raccoon could communicate with him. So they just had a bond, and then when his planet was getting fucked over, he saved Groot. When Groot says, "I am Groot," Rocket Raccoon can just tell everybody else what Groot's saying, like he always could. He can't understand all the Groots. He can just only understand that one. You know what I mean? That's why it was his homie.
Favorite MCU movie?
Woo-wee.
Black Panther.
But
also number 2 would be Winter Soldier.
Oh yes.
Captain America: Civil War.
Listen, if I'm talking to anybody about their top 5 MCU movies and they have no Captain Americas in there, yeah, I don't want to talk to you about your list at all.
The first Captain America was pretty good. The first the first Thor movie was pretty good.
Captain America was pretty great.
What's the worst one though? What's the worst one? So Captain America: Civil War is my top one.
The Hulk before the recast is the worst one.
Yes, the Hulk is the worst one.
Does that even count though? I mean, I guess it does.
Unfortunately, it does. Yeah, I wish they could go back and replace it with Mark Ruffalo somehow, but technically it does, but we don't have to really count it in our minds.
So that's the worst one. I think Dark World was pretty bad.
Dark World was pretty bad too.
God, that's hard. It'd be hard for me to choose from Black Panther and Ragnarok because I don't know. It's just with the balance of comedy and everything's just like Deadpool 2 and Ragnarok is just such a beautiful movie to me. It's so perfect.
Ragnarok was perfect. I knew to do more Marvel movies.
Right. I mean, I think it's fair when there's 23 total, but I would have to do a tie with Ragnarok and Black Panther. Like, I can't find any flaws in either of those besides Forrest Whitaker and his African accent.
It is now we will trip the Black Panther.
That's the only flaw you can give Black Panther is that they didn't recast him after they heard him do that accent.
I was like, why he got a Mexican African accent? He rolling his R's and shit.
Yeah, I felt bad that they even put him through that shit. Like, I was laughing at those parts in the theater when Forrest Whitaker was talking and they weren't even comedy parts.
Well, if you wanted to criticize the movie, you can definitely point out that we kind of ignored the fact that most of their African accents were all different.
That's true.
It was by far, yeah. It's in my. I'm gonna say the same thing as you, Atari. I'm gonna tie Ragnarok with Black Panther. Ragnarok was so amazing.
I put Ragnarok. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Ragnarok and Captain America: Civil War. I don't put Black Panther in my top probably 4.
Winter Soldier is amazing, bro.
But yeah, Winter Soldier would be in my top 5, maybe 4th. Like Winter Soldier's off the chain. Yeah.
Winter Soldier was so fucking good. If it wasn't for Black Panther, that would hands down be my number 1.
I have only seen Black Panther, Captain America: Civil War, Avengers, and Iron Man.
The first Avengers and the first Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those are.
I'm not really a Marvel comic fan, and I only went and saw Black Panther because all the Black people were excited about it, so I wanted to go see what it was about.
Yeah, that was a cool phenomenon when Black Panther was coming out and like the fucking cultural impact that it had. Like that made me happy. Yeah.
And Disney was slick with it. They dropped it in February too. Like the really fuck.
They had Kendrick Lamar do the soundtrack.
Yeah,
and the soundtrack was also handled by Kendrick.
Shit with that rollout. They was slick as shit. Hell yeah.